Hey everyone, welcome to Math 6 2.3. We're talking about dividing mixed numbers. Probably a pretty easy lesson for you, so let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, so let's evaluate this expression here. 2 1/4 divided by 3/8. Alright, well, like we've been doing, we really need to turn these mixed numbers into improper fractions, right? So we got 2 1/4. Let's turn that into, well, 4 times 2 is 8 plus 1, 9/4 divided by 3/8, right? Okay? Then you know what to do from here out. Obey the kernel, right? Anytime we're dividing fractions, we keep, we change, we flip, and then cross cancel. And this time I can actually cross cancel twice, because 4 and 8, I can cross cancel those into a 1 and a 2 by dividing by 4. And then the 9 and the 3, I can cross cancel those into a 1 and a 3. And then I just multiply. 3 times 2 is what? 6. 1 times 1 is 1. So what's our answer? 6 over 1, or you could just write 6. Alright, so this one here requires a little bit more thinking. I want you guys to actually pause the video and try this on your own. Play it when you're done, and yeah, let's see how you do. Alright, so you could go ahead and just change everything into impropers and rewrite it, and that's probably what I'll do. I'm going to change this into 5 1/4 is going to become a 21/4 divided by 9/8 minus 2/3. Okay, and now we've got to do order of operations. Division comes before subtraction, so we need to go ahead and divide. So I'm going to keep, change, flip this right here. So we're going to keep, we're going to change, I'll use a different color here, and we're going to flip that to 8/9. Then we've got minus is 2/3. Okay, so again, I'm rewriting every step. Always rewriting, okay? Showing my work. And then this is what I'm working on right here. Not worried about this minus 2/3 yet. So can I cross cancel anything? Yep. That can become a 1, and that's a 2. And then 21/9. I probably can't, right? Actually, you can. Why? Because 3 goes into both 9 and 21. So 9 divided by 3 is 3. 21 divided by 3 is 7. So now let's go ahead and just work on that part. What is 7 times 2? 14. Over 1 times 3, which is what? 3. So now we've got 14/3 minus 2/3 left to do. Well, you guys know how to add and subtract fractions. You just, well, same denominator. All I have to do is keep that. So our denominator of our answer is going to be 3. And then just subtract. 14 minus 2 is what? It's 12. Okay, and the last thing I need to do is just say, well, hold on, 12/3. Can I simplify 12/3? Yeah, 12 divided by 3 is actually just what? It's 4. So your answer there should be 4. Alright, so I don't know if you've ever been to a Lambert's, but they're pretty cool. I don't actually know what the nearest one is, but there is one in Gulf Shores, and that's the one I've gone to a couple times. So at Lambert's, the employees are actually going to come around and they're going to throw rolls at you. Put your hands up and yell, and they'll chuck a roll. Sometimes they hit you in the head if you're not careful, and they're hot. So one roll is about 3.5 ounces of dough, and each customer that comes in is going to eat an average of 2 rolls. Okay, they're pretty big. If the restaurant makes 160 ounces of dough, is that going to be enough for 22 people to each have 2 rolls? Okay, so there's a number of ways we can approach this. Here's the way I would think of it. I would want to figure out, well, how many ounces of dough or rolls does one person consume? Well, one person, okay, well, I'm sorry, one roll is 3.5 ounces. And each person's going to eat 2 of those. So what is that? Well, you can do it the long way and say, well, that's 6 plus 1, so 7 over 2 times 2, which is really 2 over 1. Do a little cross-canceling, a 1 and a 1. 7 times 1 is 7. 1 times 1 is 1, so that's really 7. So it's 7 ounces per customer. The other way of doing that is saying 3.5 times 2. Well, I know 3 times 2 is 6. And 1/2 times 2 is 1, and 6 and 1 is 7. So you can do it the shortcut way. It's fine. It's a good thing to know. But if you want to be super certain of your answer, go ahead and do it like that. All right, so each customer is going to consume 7 ounces. So they need to have 7 ounces ready for each customer. They have 160 ounces, and they're asking, hey, is that going to be enough for 22 people? All right. How do we figure that out? Well, we could do it a number of ways. We could divide 160 by 7. We could also say, well, if there's 22 people that we're talking about coming in, and they're each going to have 7 ounces, what would that be? Well, multiply. 14. 14 plus 1 is 1. 5, 4. So that's 154 ounces, okay, that they are going to need. But if they make 160 ounces, is that enough? Yes, it actually would be enough for 22 people, because those 22 people, each eating 7 ounces of dough, are going to require 154 total ounces. If they make 160, they'll have how much left over? 6 ounces left over. So the answer there would be yes, that is enough. All right, guys, that's all I have for you. Thanks for sticking with it. Short video. I'll see you in class.